Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Great news coming from UK regarding Israel strikes Yemen port after Houthi rebels attack Tel Aviv. Powerful airstrikes rocked the Red Sea port city of Houthi a day after Israeli officials vowed revenge for a drone that struck Tel Aviv. Airstrikes hit a refinery and electricity infrastructure, sparking a huge blaze. The Al Masirah television channel, run by Yemen's Houthi movement, reported late on Saturday that 3 people had been killed and 87 wounded in the strikes on the oil facilities. It was the first direct hit on Yemen since Houthi rebels there began targeting Israel with missiles and drones last year. All of those attacks had been intercepted, until Friday's strike on Tel Aviv killed 1 person and injured at least 10. The Houthis vowed to plague Israel with further attacks in response to the strikes. Early on Sunday, sirens sounded in the Red Sea port city of Eilat, with Israel's military saying its air defenses had intercepted a surface-to-surface missile from Yemen before it reached Israeli territory. On Saturday, the Israel Defense Forces IDF said its fighter jets struck military targets in the Houthi port in Yemen in response to the hundreds of attacks carried out against the State of Israel in recent months. The Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, said later in the evening that the port was targeted as it was used for military purposes. The strike, he added, makes it clear to our enemies that there is no place that the long arm of the State of Israel will not reach. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said the fire that is currently burning in Houthi is seen across the Middle East and the significance is clear. The first time that they harmed an Israeli citizen, we struck them. And we will do this in any place where it may be required. Al Masirah TV initially said the strikes in Houthi were carried out by US and British forces but later withdrew the reference, according to Reuters. British and US forces have carried out repeated strikes on Houthi, as recently as last month. Houthi supporters hold up weapons during a protest in Yemen. Houthi attack forces crew to abandon coal carrier in Red Sea. Read more. The Saudi Arabian outlet Al Arabiya, citing unnamed sources, said the strikes targeting a fuel depot and oil refineries at the port were carried out in a joint operation by Israel, the US and the UK. It said 12 Israeli aircraft, including F-35 model fighter jets, participated in the strikes. 4 US officials said Israel acted alone on Saturday's attacks on the Houthis, with no US military involvement, the New York Times reported. The latest airstrikes in Houthi follow a vow by Gallant, to settle the score after a Houthi drone struck central Tel Aviv, killing 1 man and injuring 10 other people. The Houthis immediately took responsibility for the attack, claiming they had used a new type of drone undetectable to radar and air defense systems. Israeli officials instead blamed human error and said the military was investigating what went wrong. Chief military spokesperson Rear Adm Daniel Hagari said the drone had been detected by air. The US and UK have struck the port city of Houthi repeatedly in response, despite the group's pledges to continue their attacks as long as the war in Gaza goes on. Israeli air, naval, and artillery strikes on the enclave have killed more than 38,000 people since October. Netanyahu is preparing to travel to the US to address Congress on Wednesday while under growing domestic and international pressure to agree a deal for a ceasefire in Gaza and to bring hostages home. This was deepened by a broad and damning ruling on Friday from the UN's International Court of Justice (ICJ) that Israel's settlement policies and occupation of the West Bank break international law. The ICJ ordered Israel to end its occupation of the Palestinian territories as rapidly as possible and make full reparations. It is non-binding, but will be difficult for Israel's allies to ignore, not least because the court also ruled that states are under an on Wednesday the Knesset, Israel's parliament, passed a resolution opposing the establishment of a Palestinian state. Supporters included Benny Gantz, Netanyahu's main political rival. The U.S. criticized the breadth of the ICJ's ruling. We have been clear that Israel's program of government support for settlements is both inconsistent with international law and obstructs the cause of peace, a U.S. State Department spokesperson said on Saturday. However, we are concerned that the breadth of the court's opinion will complicate efforts to resolve the conflict, it added. The State Department said the ICJ opinion that Israel must withdraw as soon as possible from the Palestinian territories was inconsistent with the established framework for resolving the conflict. Washington said that framework took into account Israel's security needs, which it says were highlighted by the October 7 attack.
Thanks for watching our video. Please hit the bell icon and subscribe the channel. Thank you.